And here we are back ready to start the second half. We're on football night in McAllen. You can see the bank tower there in the distance, 17 stories high. About 35 years since it's been built, and they're the Weslaco East Wildcats coming out and ready to start this second half. The second half that they dominated pretty much and lead only 7-0. Bit of a pedestrian score, but East clearly dominated. When we take a look at the stats, you see the Nicky Rowe Warriors in their home forest green jerseys coming out excited and ready for this second half. And you know, Nicky Rowe has scored at least 23 points in 8 straight games, but shut out in this first half here by this Weslaco East team, mainly because of some turnovers and then the spirited offensive play, determined offensive play by Weslaco East.
What a difference between this year's game and last year's game. If you recall, Mark, the Warriors had to go into Weslaco and they needed to win to get into the playoffs, and they scored up there in the 50s, I do believe, and gave themselves an opportunity to get into the playoffs.
They did last year. Nicky Rowe just getting in, and Weslaco East was also in. This is the regular season finale for these two teams here in District 31-5A. As we take a look at the halftime numbers, Weslaco East doubling up the Rowe Warriors in first downs, 12-6. Passing yards favoring Nicky Rowe, rushing yards favoring East heavily, and then the total yards, 156-80 in favor of East. Penalties were pretty light. Turnovers were a factor, 2 on Nicky Rowe, 1 on Weslaco East, and 2 on Nicky Rowe. One of them led directly to an East touchdown, their one score of the game. And then the other turnover picked off at the goal line, stopped a Rowe scoring threat, and then East was able to run out the last 5.5 minutes of the clock.
Now be careful here, you're the Wildcats, because Coach Reyes has no problems with onside kicks.
Yeah, we've seen that before, and you called it, Mario. There's the onside kick, and the ball is loose. Rowe is on it, and let's see what happened. East finds the man on the bottom, and East able to come up with that football. So you called it, Mario. Weslaco East nearly caught off guard there, but they were able to follow on that football. As we take a look at this replay here, Rowe had a chance for it.
They were close.
Couldn't quite get the number of the player who managed to follow on it, and East has possession at their own 46-yard line. Here they go, right where they left off. Jesse Segura up to about the 48-yard line, a short gain of 2.
Jesse Gomez again on a tackle.
East came into this game averaging over 260 yards on the ground. They got 140 in the first half, so well on their way toward that number. There we see some of the other Warriors. Getting one up, Stephen Lopez there on the left. And then number 11, backup quarterback John Pettis. Fake handoff, and Rivas keeps it himself. Hops over one tackler up to about the Rowe 45-yard line. That'll be third down and short.
Right down by 31.
That was a nice fake up the middle by Rivas. First he fakes the ball.
Yeah, the Wildcats 6 for 8 on third downs in the first half. And here they face a 3rd and 1.
Last time there was in this situation, what they did was a quarterback keeper.
High backfield, and Rivas will do just that. Surging ahead for maybe a gain of 2. Should be just enough for the first down, but not much more, as he is thrown back there by a couple of Warriors, including 44, Alex Garcia.
And this is what Coach Burgett wants. He wants to keep those first downs rolling, wants to keep the clock going, make sure his team plays well, and prepares themselves for a very tough Harlingen South football team that they will be playing in by district next week.
Weslaco East has dominated in time of possession in this game. Here, the Warriors spread out the defensive line, and it's another running attempt for Cuellar, who has some space there. One player loses a helmet. Cuellar still fighting forward. A first down and more, and deep into road territory, all the way near the 25-yard line. A run of 18 yards there for the senior running back.
And I think Cuellar is going to talk to his teammate Gilbert Urbina who kind of got in his way. We take a look at the replay, a fine run, shifty run. This is your noodle slippery reference. Give me that one.
Oh yeah, like a wet noodle on a linoleum floor is Cuellar.
That's a classic by only Mr. Mark May.
Well, a friend of mine, Dennis Scott, actually originated that one as Rivas keeps it on this one. Scott, a former Channel 4 sports anchor, and then been a long time called a lot of Valley sports on the radio throughout the Valley, including the Rio Grande City, the Killer Bees hockey, and the Vipers basketball.
And Rivas, as we take a look at Rivas on the sideline talking to Burgett, he's the only quarterback I've seen that actually, right after the play, he goes out there, talks to his coach on the sideline, and he comes back.
Yeah, how much extra running is that
That's
over the course of a
running.
game? Your quarterback scrambles on nearly every play, and then he has to also sprint toward the sideline and then sprint back. That's a good 50 yards round trip on every play. Handoff, this trap play up the middle for Cuellar. And Cuellar a little bit of room up to about the 10-yard line before he is pulled down by Osero Virial. Virial, who had that big fumble recovery back in the first half that stopped an East drive on a fourth down play.
And Cuellar, simple run up the middle. This is the second or third time that after contact he does a 360 spin. And it usually works for him where he gains an additional 3 or 4 yards, as the replay will indicate right there, that 360 spin. Also Ricky Rodriguez from Mac High likes to do that.
I think also in there on the tackle for the Warriors is number 22, Omar Garza. Here we see the Wildcats trying to push this forward. Looks like a rugby scrum out there, and the officials blow it dead right around the 5-yard line. And this looks like it could be enough for a first down and a first and goal situation, but they're going to spot him just short, less than a yard short. And it'll be third and less than a yard.
Are we going to look at that quarterback keeper that has been working all night? And then, of course, the quarterback keeper is a safe play because there's no handoff, where the risk of a fumble is almost non-existent.
With the tight end to the left side and a power eye right, Rivas wants to keep it, and I'm not sure if he got it. Had no room at first and then tried to surge forward on second effort. Rowe was there both times, and they may have to call for a measurement.
It's going to be close because they actually gave him a nice spot. They're going to actually have a measurement.
Yeah, officials timeout. See when they curl their wrist and point their fingers down at each shoulder. That's a call for an official's timeout. They'll bring out the chain gang. And the man in the chain gang there on your right in the yellow shirt, that's Jay Alonso's dad right there. As you can see him there. And it is a first down just by the nose of the football.
I don't know about Jay Alonso's dad. David Alonso doesn't seem like, when he jogged in, I don't know if he's got the speed, so I would assume Jay Alonso got his speed from his mom.
So first and goal, just inside the 5-yard line. Toss left, this is Cuellar, and he's hit, and the Rowe defense swarms all over him. Good stop there. Virial in there along with Gamez and a couple of others. I think Josh Hawley also in there on the tackle, and it'll bring up second and goal after no gain.
And I think the defense for the Warriors, after 15 to 20 runs to that side, and simple pitch, are getting used to it. Jose Villarreal doing a good job of fending off the tackle in front of him to make that tackle himself.
Saw Villarreal get up and start clapping after he knew they got that good stop on Cuellar. Second down and goal, still at the 5-yard line. Cuellar again, over right guard, breaks one tackle, still fighting forward near the 1-yard line. And I think they're going to blow this dead right inside the 1. It'll bring up third down.
A 3rd and 1. Maybe back-to-back quarterback keepers here if they don't make it on this 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Rivas has already scored once. We saw a shot there of the Rowe drum line under the direction of Mr. Roberto Garza. Weslaco East threatening to make this a 2-score game. They scored back in the first quarter. No one has scored since, although East has dominated, moving the ball up and down the field. Unable to punch it in. Here's Rivas, handed off. Cuellar, right tackle, and scores. Touchdown for Weslaco East, and Cuellar has his 17th touchdown of the season, and East has blown this open to a 13-point lead.
This is exactly what Coach Burgett wanted to start the second half. Get yourself a long drive and a score.
They'll attempt the extra point here. Cuellar is the holder, and now they're going to shift out of that. That looks like they might try a 2-point conversion. They do. Hand it off Cuellar. Oh, and they throw it over the back of their head into the end zone, and it's no good. A trick play there. And you saw the, boy, I can't wait to see that one again. Intended for Urbina, and Rowe was able to break it up at the last moment. So East just pulling out all the stops here in this regular season finale for them. 2-point try fails, and they still lead it, though, 13-0.
And that's a message to the Harlingen Hawks right there that you better look out as we take a look at the replay, Mark.
Yeah, they shifted out of the extra point formation. You saw Cuellar hand it off and then just throw it over the back of their head. And Urbina open initially, but a couple of Warriors getting back there, Edgar Avila and also Robert Ramirez, to break it up.
And what that does for the next game might slow down the rush of the Harlingen Hawks.
And here's another look at it. You can see, just throw it over the top of his head. That was 11 J.R. Villarreal, who is a wide receiver.
And
this is something, this is a play I've seen before. It once made many years ago. I saw it on the CNN Play of the Day back in the 90s, I think. And I remember Tony Harris, back when he was the coach of the McAllen Bulldogs, or actually before that, when he was at Weslaco High School under Coach, his name escapes me at the moment.
Was it Jim Height?
Jim Height, yes, that's who it was. At Weslaco, they used that play, and I think when he came over to McAllen High School in the 90s, he would use that play once in a while. Fun play to see. And here's Rios running this ball up to the 20-yard line on the kick return, and Rowe will start from there, trailing 13-0. Well, that drive by Weslaco East went 54 yards after an onside kick attempt went awry, and we've got a flag down.
I do want to give credit to Santos Garcia on that nice one-on-one tackle on a kickoff.
Offsides on the kicking team. 5 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down.
It's to be 5 yards from the end of the run. That's just the only the third infraction on the Wildcats in this game. Been pretty clean. Anyway, their scoring drive, 54 yards, 9 plays, took 5.5 minutes off the clock. So their first touchdown drive, 6.5, and this one 5.5. And of course, they had the ball the last 5.5 minutes of the first half in a drive that got inside the Rowe 10, but Rowe was able to get a sack to end the half and stymie that threat. But Rowe now down by 2 touchdowns here midway through the third quarter. They hand this off. Big hole here. This is Rios, his biggest run of the night, and has a big first down up to about the 44-yard line, and there is a flag down. The flag came in late near the end of the play.
It's probably going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct flag. It's going to add to this fine run.
Yeah, 14-yard pickup.
Dead ball. Personal foul on the offense, number 51.
It is an unsportsmanlike foul, but against the Warriors.
Yeah, against the Warriors. That's a bit of a surprise there. This will move the ball back. Let's see if we can see something here on the replays. You see Rios pop that one up the middle. And there we see it right there. Yeah, just a late block thrown by an exuberant offensive lineman, and that led to the personal foul penalty and moves him back to the 29-yard line.
And look at this play right here. Almost looked like it was a lateral, and pretty much nothing there on that pass.
It was Edgar Bettis, and I think that's his first touch of this evening. Just gets it back to the line of scrimmage. So here they go on second down and 10. Snap to Vasquez. Has time, throws it. A dart is caught. And this is run up near midfield. Good play there. Jesus Gutierrez, the senior receiver, on the reception.
And look for a big year next year for Hector Vasquez, just a sophomore. We take a look at the replay. Nice pass right up the middle. Vasquez is going to have a good offseason program. It's going to come back bigger and stronger next year.
21-yard catch to Gutierrez and a first down. So the penalty doesn't hurt them. Here is Rios now moving into Wildcat territory up to the 43, a gain of 7.
We have another penalty, and it might go against the Warriors.
Holding on the offense, number 77.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason Rios
10
had such a
yards from
good
spot
run
of the
there,
foul.
as it was a
First
holding.
down.
Mark, I don't know in the last 4 years how many games we've gone for a whole half and with 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the third quarter where the Warriors haven't scored a point. But not only a good defense, but a good defense is always a good offense. When you have your offense on the field for such a long time, it takes out a team like the Warriors that they're a rhythm offense.
Yeah, they've definitely been taken out of the rhythm here tonight. 5 minutes to go. By the way, Rowe's season low this year, 7 points in their season opener. That was to Harlingen Sound, 33-7.
Another penalty, we're going to have a false start.
Dead ball. False start
Just when
on
the
the
Warriors
offense.
were starting
5
to
yards.
click.
First down.
All of a sudden, the penalties on the offense makes it a 1st and 24.
Well, the band has come in with their Warrior March, trying to get the crowd excited, maybe get the players' morale up a bit. The Warriors have had some big plays on this drive, but have hurt themselves with penalties. Here's a pass. This is caught. That's Jay Alonso. I think that's his second catch today, but he's not able to go any further as Urbina comes up to make the tackle.
Jay Alonso, leading receiver in the district. What a story this young man is all about.
They actually lose a yard. They bring up second down and now 25. Now this pass is caught. That's Jay Alonso, Edgar Pettis this time. And they move up a little closer, but still facing a third and a hefty amount. They need to get all the way to the Wildcat 40. The ball right now at the Rowe 43.
A 3rd and 17.
Warriors just 1 for 3 on third down. Pettis in motion, 4 receivers on the right side. They're flooding that area, but Vasquez can't throw it anywhere. He's going to have to run it now. Dances his way through a crowd and up to near midfield. It's going to be well short of the first down, but a spirited run there by Vasquez into Wildcat territory at the 47. Picked up 10 yards, but it won't be enough.
A 4th and 7. Expect Coach Reyes to go for it. He's done it all year. Has no problems going for it, even when the ball is on his side of the field.
Fourth and 7, and now the Warriors move, and that'll move it back 5 yards.
Dead ball.
And now
Start.
it's pretty much
78.
making it
5
a
yards.
4th
Fourth down.
and 12. The Warriors are going to go ahead and punt.
They do have their punting unit out on the field, so the Wildcats put a man back there to receive. Ricky Almada is number 21, and they're ready to punt is John Bettis. Now Bettis is also a quarterback, but he punts this time. Second punt of the game for the Warriors. Little pooch punt, won't be returned. It'll take a little bit of a Warrior bounce, and it'll be down inside the 20 by number 21, Jesus Gutierrez. So good special teams work there by the Warriors to pin the Wildcats deep, but they need to get a stop now.
And if any time the Warrior defense needed a stop, this is the time. They don't want to go down 3 possessions. And the way the Wildcats love to stay on the field with a running game, they would probably run out this quarter.
Yeah, just 3.5 minutes to play in the third. As this game has just moved by because East likes to keep that ball on the ground. They'll go with a pistol formation here with Rivas back there. We'll hand it off. And it looks like Cuellar on the carry and gets a gain of about 7 up to about the 25-yard line before Jesse Gomez brings him down. And that'll put East over 200 yards rushing in this game.
A quick 8 yards by Saul Cuellar. He makes it easy. He makes it look easy. Now I'm surprised he's still in the game with 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. But that's Wildcat football.
East up by 2 touchdowns in this game. And they'll split a man wide to the top of the screen. That's J.R. Vidal. 2 men in the backfield with Rivas, who fakes to both, will keep it himself, running to the left across the 30 up near the 34, and another first down for East.
One of the reasons why Coach Burgett might want to win this game, Mark, is because they come in here with identical district records. Weslaco and Weslaco East at 5-3. If Weslaco East can win this game and Weslaco Panthers lose to San Benito, that would give the Wildcats the opportunity to possibly host a by-district playoff game against Harlingen South in their own home stadium.
Here we just saw a shot of Coach Mike Burgett in his first year as head coach of the Wildcats, and he's taking them to the playoffs. They've got a stack over on the left side, but they'll hand this off to Cuellar on first down. He's going to go nowhere. Garcia Vidal was there along with Holly and Garcia to help push him back.
Vidal having a great game tonight. We mentioned his name on many occasions.
They recovered a big fumble to stop one East drive in the first half. Has had several big plays. You see there Vidal there on the left side, and right there in the middle, 62, Manny Asensio. Asensio making the start in place of Brandon Hinojosa tonight at nose tackle. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Second down, 9. Rivas, play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Now wants to throw. Turns the corner. At the 40, forced out at the 45. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. Good run there by Rivas, who kind of sold the pass and then was able to find some running space along the right side.
We might have a penalty. We do have the 2 officials talking to each other. And it might go against Rowe. Nope, against Weslaco East.
So we take a look at this replay. You can see all this terrific running room there for Rivas. Takes a hard hit right there at the end. He was going out of bounds. Ramirez lowering the boom on that one.
And that's why I thought we were going to have a penalty.
Here's the official to make the
Block
call.
in the back. On the offense. 10 yards from the end of the run. Repeat the down.
I didn't see what it was exactly.
Well, that brings it up to a 2nd and 9 situation.
So, yep, 2nd and 9 at Weslaco East, their own 35-yard line. East leading 13-0. It'll be Mackay, East, Weslaco Panthers, and the Memorial Mustangs in the playoffs. And we'll have playoff coverage for you here on Football Night in McAllen starting November 15th. Here's Cuellar on the left side, and he's able to pick up another first down and move those chains once again, tackled by Ramirez. And East just continues to slowly but surely plod that football down the field.
When you mentioned the name of those playoff teams, Mark, and you said Mackay East, I thought we had another high school here in McAllen.
Yeah. Mackay and East, I guess I should have said.
Mackay and Weslaco East.
Here's Cuellar again, going left. And not much room this time. We're in the last minute of the third quarter. Weslaco East still up 13-0. The only other game that compares to this one, season opener for the Warriors, they scored only 7 points in that game, but they've generally had little trouble scoring in every game since then.
Mark, would you think that this would, in this quarter after this, Coach Burgett would bring in his backups into the game in the fourth quarter, or you think he'll still go with his first unit?
Here's a handoff to Cuellar. Slips a couple of tackles and still fighting his way forward. Ramirez has him wrapped up at about the row 45. Going to bring up third down and short as we come to the end of the third quarter. I would say he's probably going to start pulling him, but maybe after this drive. If he can take this one down and punch it in, he probably will start arresting some of his regulars. And that's the end of the third quarter. So the Wildcats with the ball facing a short 3rd and 2 as we head to the fourth. The Wildcats have been in control. They lead 13-0. We've got 1 quarter of football left in Nicky Rowe's season. And 1 quarter before it's time to start thinking about the playoffs for Weslaco East.
Reyes, he's going to coach to the final minute of this season.
So here we go. Teams have switched ends, and Weslaco East will now be moving from right to left. They've got an unbalanced line to the right on 3rd and 2. Rivas wants to keep it, surges forward. The Warriors bottle him up, but I think he has enough for the first down. A couple of Warriors in there on the stop include 28, Raul Benson, also 22, Omar Garza.
They're going to have to measure, Mark. I don't think they made it, but it's going to be real close. We don't have the right angle from up here.
I think he needed the 43, and they've got it spotted on the 43. So we'll see. And he got it by just a little over length of a football. So it's another 3rd down conversion, and they are now 10 for 12 on 3rd downs in this game. Done a remarkable job there. 20 first downs now for East in this game.
Lots of time of possession on their side.
Yeah, East has had the ball since there was 3:27 on the clock in the 3rd quarter. You can see we've now started the 4th quarter. Drive started at their own 18-yard line, followed by a Rowe punt. High backfield, they hand this off. It's a new running back here, number 13, Emilio Damez, who was recently called up from the junior varsity. So you might be right, Mario. Looks like some of the regulars might be done for the night.
Rivas is still in, but for the most part, he's probably going to just manage the game. Make sure that he doesn't get hurt. Maybe a couple of quarterback keepers.
Just want to keep the clock moving. Rivas under center will toss this right. And once again, it's Damez. Damez will bounce this out. It's got some good speed there down the sideline and then forced out of bounds after a nice long run. And you've got to imagine that Rowe defense, which has been out there a long time here tonight, might be starting to get a little bit tired.
You're exactly right, Mark. Nice quick run. This is the plays where Saúl Cuellar has feasted on the yardage. And Emilio Tamez, just a sophomore, having his opportunity to show his coaches that, hey, give me an opportunity to play. I've seen Saúl Cuellar enough. I've learned from him. Give me the ball.
So first down at the Rowe 16-yard line after a 25-yard run. And here's a fumble, and this ball is loose inside the 10, and the Warriors look like they've got it, and they do. And the Warriors come up with their second turnover of the game. This one recovered by the linebacker, Jesse Gomez.
Earlier in the game, Osiel Villarreal, senior, got a turnover, and now it's Jesse Gomez, rightfully so. two fine defensive players for the Rowe Warriors. Will always remember the last game of the year for them.
Yeah, this Rowe team has 27 seniors on it who are playing their final game, and you know they still want to try to pull out a win here. Rowe came into tonight with a 2-game win streak. Let's see if they can finish on a winning note. 10:38 to go as they take over the football, and a big hole up the middle on some trickery. That's the quarterback, Vasquez, who ended up keeping it, but he loses the ball at the end of the play at about the 35-yard line. You see a big scramble for it there. No signal as yet. Clock is stopped. And it's East football. So about a 20-yard run there by the quarterback, Vasquez, after a brilliant fake. But Rowe turns it over for the third time this evening.
Changing gifts, and it's too bad because
yeah, I guess it's Christmas season already.
it's too bad because Vasquez had a fine run up the middle, his best run of the night. He was hit hard from the side.
Yeah, it looked like it was caused by a hit by Juan Aguiano. And that replay was pretty quick, but it looked like there was a chance that his knee may have been down. But the ball does come out, and it is Wildcat football. Here's Cuellar back in the game, and Cuellar runs this ahead from the 35 up to about the 32 here in Rowe territory.
And maybe Cuellar talked to Coach Burgett and said, hey, I want to go back in there. I don't want my job to be taken away. You know, Emilio Tamez had a great run last time.
The Wildcats a chance to continue to run that clock, which is now under 10 minutes to go in the game. And normally you wouldn't think a 13-point lead for Nicky Rowe is not much. It's kind of like an 8-point lead for somebody in basketball playing against a team like the Clippers or something that can really run it up. And the Warriors offense usually needs no time at all to come back from a double-digit deficit. But after being shut out for more than 3 quarters tonight, you got to wonder how tall a mountain is that to climb, as we saw Rivas keep it on that possession and gets another 2 yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 5.
And Edgar Avila on the tackle.
Wildcats 10 for 12 tonight on 3rd down. Now with the 3rd and 5 situation, we see Coach Reyes there watching from the sideline.
And once again, Rivas on the sideline over there taking some instructions from his coaching staff. I think they're going to call a timeout.
And you are right. East will call timeout on this 3rd and 5 with exactly 9 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. East on top by a score of 13-0. For Nicky Rowe this season, they started off with that loss to Harlingen South, then had a big win over Brownsville and Pace, and seemed like they were right on target going into the district race. And then in the 5th game against San Benito, their quarterback Justin Owens getting hurt. He had already thrown for over 1,000 yards at that point, was far and away the district's leading passer, and at that point just seemed to derail Rowe's season a little bit. Not that they don't have talent elsewhere, but when your quarterback goes down, it can just cause problems in the timing and the chemistry throughout the team. And there you see Jay Alonso, the senior receiver who came in tonight, the leading receiver in District 31 5A. Interesting story about him. He is a cancer survivor. We had an interesting conversation with his dad before the game tonight. Back when he was around the 7th grade, 8th grade, he developed something in his thyroid. Eventually had to have it operated on, but he's fine now. We're happy to report he's in good health. Here's Urbina with a catch at the 20-yard line, a fake at the 10, fake at the 5, and he's in for the touchdown. And so as Alonso watches from the sideline, East on 3rd and 5 is able to complete a pass to Urbina for a 30-yard touchdown, and now a 3-touchdown lead.
What is Coach Burgett doing? This is a great play that he called. Why is he giving it away? Coach
He's probably got a lot more, I guess.
Coach Wilson from Harlingen South is going to be happy about that. But maybe that's what he's trying to do, is just throwing in some gadgets to put that Hawk defense on notice that we are capable of throwing the ball. They're going for 2.
This is a relatively short drive. That took only a minute and a half. They do go for 2. Rivas, play action fake, is rolling to his right, has nowhere to throw it. Going to try to keep it and run it in, and he is hammered at about the 2-yard line and falls forward and hits the pylon, but I believe he's ruled out of bounds at about the 2. And so the try for 2 is no good, and that's one of those that Rivas is probably going to field tomorrow morning. We'll take another look at the touchdown, though.
Nice.
You see Villarreal putting on the rush, and Rivas did have time. This is a throwback pass. As he looked to his right, then threw back to the left, and Urbina wide open, but watch the fakes Urbina will put on. One right there at the 10, another one at the 5, and he slips into the end zone to complete a 30-yard pass play, and the first touchdown pass of the night for Rivas. And Coach Mike Burgett's team now leads it by a score of 19-0.
This was a
And
close.
here's the 2-point run.
Really take a look at the replay. He made it, but I don't know if I like this play. I don't know if I like my star quarterback taking this kind of shots.
Yeah, it looks like it's hard to tell from that angle, but there is an official right on top of it there. You see him signal no good, and it's likely that Rivas did step out of bounds over there as he did fall forward. And if the ball went on the outside portion of the pylon, that would not be considered as going into the end zone. Coach Reyes arguing about something there.
To the Jay Alonso story, what a great story, overcoming cancer at such a young age. And he's back on the field. Just an amazing story.
Yeah, that's something you don't hear about very often, is a teenager having to deal with something like cancer. We hear all about the stress and everything on teenagers today with homework and the culture the way that it is. But imagine something like cancer, and Jay Alonso right there is a true winner and a true survivor out there tonight. And by the way, what an athlete. A month after his surgery a few years ago, he came back and won a track meet in 8th grade. Terrific athlete there, as we see Rios on the kick return, unable to find much running room, and is down at about the 12-yard line. A tackle there by Jesus Espinosa. So touchdowns tonight by Rivas, Cuellar, and Urbina for Weslaco East.
And the big question is going to be, can the Warriors avoid the shutout tonight?
I can't recall the last time the Warriors were shut out. I don't think they've been shut out under Coach Reyes's tenure, as they've been an offensive machine for most of the last few years. And this pass is incomplete, intended for number 1, Kevin Ramirez. Urbina recovering on that play. Urbina, quite an athlete. We've seen him on the offense, defense, and the special teams. He just scored that touchdown. He's out there in the secondary right now.
And we know that Coach Reyes, coming into this game at 4-5 and 3-4 in district play, wanted to finish the season at least at a 500 mark.
And here's a handoff to Rios. He slips a tackle, has room, first down and more, up across the 30-yard line. Urbina finally bringing him down, but a big run of just over 20 yards for the junior running back.
Great block by the referee. Also, we're going to give him credit for a nice assist, a nice block on that last play. As Eno Rios was happy, I think the official knocked out number 10.
And here on this play, it looks like the ball has come loose, and Weslaco East may have it again, and it's going to be the 4th turnover of the evening on the Warriors. And it looked like recovering it there was number 54, Jaime de Santiago. They got a pass off onto the right side and picked up some good yardage, about 7 yards, but then the ball knocked out. As we take a look at the replay here, you see the pass there complete to Adames. And Adames, as he was trying to fight for more yardage, lost control of the football, and eventually it's recovered there by De Santiago.
A good hit by Ricky Almaraz that actually cost the fumble.
And once again, the Wildcats will start a drive in Nicky Rowe territory, already leading 19-0. Toss this right. This is to Tamez, and Tamez is going to be saddled down by the defensive back, Robert Ramirez. Gain of 3 on the play. Wildcats, by the way, up to 244 yards on the ground, about 20 short of their season average. And there we see the Nicky Rowe cheerleaders. They've kept their spirits up throughout this evening. They might be planning a competition either in San Antonio or in Dallas come January. Those are national competitions, and they've won at the national level before under the direction of Miss Larissa Cantu. This play gets a gain of 6 up to the Rowe 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
And I tell you what, Weslaco East Wildcat fans and the Harlingen South Hawk fans, y'all are in for a treat next week in the bi-district playoff game. Saul Cuellar for the Wildcats and Jaden Taylor for the Hawks.
Rivas will keep it on 3rd and 1 up to the 29-yard line, gain of 2, and that'll move the chains once more. And there you see the cheerleaders. They've won at least 1 national title and at least 5 state championships. And they've competed all over. San Antonio, up in Dallas, I believe in San Marcos. They've even competed out in Orlando, Florida. And for cheerleaders, I don't know if you knew this, but unlike other sports, cheerleaders have to raise the money to go to competition. They just don't automatically receive a budget like other athletic teams do with the travel. Here is Tamez, and Tamez on the right side gets up near the 21-yard line. Looks like he got 8 on the play.
A good game by Tamez as the sophomore. Probably the only thing he didn't do right was I think he went out of bounds, and that stops the clock. And I'm sure the Weslaco East Wildcat coaching staff would like to keep that clock running.
I see there are some of the Rowe fans. Some members of the student body there from Nicky Rowe. A little bit dejected. Their team down 19-0 here. No, I don't think anyone expected this. As we see here on 2nd and short, Angel Flores takes that short handoff. Maybe a yard on that play, and it'll once again be 3rd and short.
Tackled by Manny Asensio. Manny Asensio on the tackle, and also Jesse Gomez.
Gomez has been in a lot of tackles here tonight. So 3rd down and 2. Here they hand it off, and Florida slips a tackle, has the 1st down, spins his way up to the 10-yard line. So 10 quick yards, and it looks like it'll be a 1st and goal for Weslaco East. And another 1st down.
And another good running back by the Wildcats, Angel Flores. Look out next year, he's a junior.
Where do they get all these running backs in Weslaco? Weslaco East is loaded, and you remember the Weslaco Panthers had about 6 different backs that they would spread the ball to. Just a running back factory there off Expressway 83 in the Mid-Valley. Here's a toss right. There's a flag down as Tamez skips his way up to the 6-yard line, but we'll wait and see what the flag is all about with 5:33 to play in the game. East is ahead 19-0.
And Mark, just like last year, we had 2 McAllen ISD teams and 2 Weslaco teams in the playoffs. This year we have the same.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 backs, 5 yards, 1st down.
Only the 5th penalty against the Wildcats here tonight.
And here's Tony Forina's son, announcer for the Rio Grande Valley Vipers. I wonder if Tony can do that. I don't think so. I know he can announce pretty good.
He can announce, but yeah, the physical stuff might be a little beyond him. He's up there in years now. He's about my age. In our 40s. 1st and 15 here, and here's Flores once more. Gets the penalty yardage back, loses his helmet, gets inside the 10 up to about the 8-yard line. Players always look tougher without their helmets, don't they?
They do, but we do have a rule that when the player loses a helmet, they have to go to the sideline for at least one play.
A safety rule put in, was that just this year, or was that around last year?
You know, Mark, I'm not a football official. If you would have asked me a basketball rule or a volleyball rule, I might help you with that one, but that one...
It's fairly new. I know that much. And here's a handoff to the fullback, and there's a hit at the 3 and in for the touchdown. And a strong run there by Jesse Segura. That might have been Segura's first touchdown to the first half. And East now has their 4th touchdown of the night, and they're up 25-0. 4:42 to play here in the game. And this is a bit of a shocker here. Not so much that East winning the game, but East winning by this kind of a score and shutting out Nicky Rowe.
It just didn't seem like tonight was a night for the Warrior offense. They hurt themselves a lot with penalties. And give credit to the weslaco East defense.
The extra point try is up and good. And East leads at 26-0. 4:42 to play here in the game. And you're watching Football Night in McAllen right here on McAllen ITV. Hope you're enjoying it. And there you see the run there by Segura. Determined to get into the end zone.
I don't blame him. He didn't get many carries tonight. But when he got his carry, that's another play where the Harlingen South Hawks need to be careful with. So Mark, what do you remember of 10 weeks? We had 10 weeks here up here in the booth. So what are some of the things you remember throughout the season?
I guess just the exciting games that we have seen. The
Week
Mackay
after
Rowe
week.
game, the Memorial Rowe game were both things to write home about, and the weslaco East Memorial game that saw the teams combine for over 100 points. 63-56 was the final on that one. 119 points scored between those two. And just some wild games, a couple of overtime games that we've seen here. It's been some exciting football here this season on Football Night at McAllen, and we'll have at least one more game. We'll have a playoff game for you next week. It'll either be the Memorial Mustangs or the McAllen Bulldogs. That'll all get sorted out this weekend here in this November 2013. And East to kick this off, and this is punched into the ground to cause a sort of grounder squib kick, and picked up by Nicky Rowe's Alex Garcia, who runs it up to about the 35-yard line. Listen to this stat, Mario. Tonight, the East Wildcats have run 52 plays.
Wow.
48 on the ground, 4 in the air.
That's a free scouting report from Mark May to Coach Wilson at Harlingen South. Expect the running game.
Yeah, I think, I don't know that much about football, but I think East likes to run the football. That's just an observation. I could be wrong. But 48 times in 52 plays, they handed it off to somebody, or the quarterback kept it. 284 yards on the ground here tonight for weslaco East. And here from 1st and 10, 35, a pass is intercepted by Urbina.
Goodbye.
Urbina has one score tonight,
Touchdown.
cuts in at the 20, and he's going to be in for the score. And it'll just be more salt on the wound for the Warriors, icing on the cake for the Wildcats. Wildcat fans enjoying that. They'll be going into the playoffs on a winning note as they score here and increase the lead to 32-0 with 4:26 to play in the game. So Rowe had it for all of one play, and Urbina intercepted along the sideline and ran it in from about 30 yards out for the touchdown.
Something I do want to tell our fans, Mark, is that a lot of these stats, I don't know how you do it, but you do it a la solo. We don't have statisticians up here.
And I don't have a computer program either. I'm having to do it the old-fashioned way, which is the pencil and paper, as the kicker, Jose Garcia, is good on the extra point, and East now leads by a score of 33-0. So we take a look at the replay here. We have a new quarterback in there, by the way. And Urbina picked that off and was able to run it in from about 30 yards out. So he had an offensive touchdown from 30 yards, a defensive touchdown now from 30 yards. Urbina's had a big night, and so have the Weslaco East Wildcats, who now lead it 33-0. There you see some of the Warrior offensive players there waiting to get back in there, and I know they just want to get some kind of a score here, some kind of positive that they can finish the game with. There's no worse feeling than getting blown out by somebody. And they're back to receive the kickoff. Number 20, Jose Chavez, sophomore running back. So East will kick off once again. This is another squib kick. Takes a high bounce. Still a live ball as Edgar Pettis corrals it at the 25 and eases his way up to about the 30 before he's brought down by, I think, the kicker, Jose Garcia. They ran all the way down there and got the tackle. So Rowe will start off at the 30-yard line. See if they can finally eliminate that goose egg off the scoreboard. 4:20 left to play. Rowe does have all three of their timeouts.
And a tough season for the Warriors. They had a lot of games where a couple of breaks here and there, their record would have been different. They will be finishing under 500. 4-6. And in district play, they will finish 3-5.
That timeout, by the way, called by the Wildcats. That'll be their second timeout. And East up 33-0 here. It was only 7-0 at halftime, but they have outscored the Warriors 26-0 here in the second half. They've really blown open the game in the fourth quarter because it was 13-0 entering the fourth. They've scored 20 unanswered points here in this fourth frame, still with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Take a look at the weather report for tonight. Partly cloudy, 78 degrees, and humidity 74%. That's kind of climbed up a bit. It was in the 50s earlier today. Nice football weather out there. Nice, cool, windless night. And we see some of the other Rowe players getting an opportunity to play in this game now that the outcome's pretty much decided. You see quarterback Vasquez back in there. A snap from Guerrero. And this is caught over on the right side and still going is Jose Chavez. Chavez, he doesn't care what the score is. He is determined to keep on going. And he gets the ball all the way up to the 48-yard line.
And expect big things from Jose Chavez next year. He's just a sophomore. He will be back, giving it his best to the last minute.
So the Warriors trying to get something here on this late fourth quarter. Vasquez to keep it. Vasquez fights his way all the way up to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on the play.
And Vasquez will remember Gavi Gaetan, who came from his defensive end position to put a hit on Vasquez.
We see Chavez line up in the wing on the left side. He's going to flare out to the left, but they're going to throw this back to the right, and it's incomplete. Looked like it was intended for Rowe's number 9, Marco Valencia. That'll bring up third down and short. Rowe just 1 for 4 on third downs here tonight. They're going to go no huddle. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Pistol formation. They'll hand this off. And, oh, nice run there, but too many defenders around him. But Chavez, more determined running there, but he gets the first down up to the 35-yard line. So clock at 3 minutes to go. Here is a lateral to the left side. I think that's a live football, and the officials blow it dead. And I think Rowe may have caught a break there. From our angle, it looked like it was a lateral, which would make that a live football. But they ruled this an incomplete pass. You take a look here, and you be the judge.
And I agree with you, Mark. That was a lateral.
May have been a bit of a mercy whistle there, as that would have been an easy touchdown for East had they picked that up. So 3 minutes to go, second down and 10 at the Wildcat 35. Vasquez to throw it, man wide open, caught at the 25, then fighting his way down inside the 20, Jay Alonso. We talked about what a man this guy is, everything he's been through. So more stress than some people deal with in a lifetime, and Alonso here still playing tonight. This is the final game of his football career.
This is what I like about Jay Alonso. Every time he catches the ball, he runs hard.
There's a pass complete down inside the 10-yard line. And that's caught by number 9, Marco Valencia, his first catch tonight.
The 50, number 50, Dino Montenegro.
The Warrior offense still fighting. Give them credit.
More of the spread attack. Here they hand this off. That looks like Rios. He's in for the touchdown. And Eno Rios, the junior running back, he scored last week against Far North and scores again here tonight against Weslaco East. And Rowe has something to cheer about now. They still trail 33-6 with 2:22 to go here in the fourth quarter, but a nice long 70-yard drive there for the Nicky Rowe Warriors.
Despite all the adversity throughout the game, the never give up attitude by the Warrior offense pays off.
Extra point attempt is partially blocked, but it goes over, and it's good. Vicente Vargas good on his first extra point try of the evening. Looked like East got a mitt on it, but it still trickles over the crossbar, and it's good. Let's take another look at the touchdown here. And Vasquez hands it off to Rios. Rios moving left and then cuts back. Goes in untouched to the end zone. So one of those Warriors that'll be back next year. He'll be a big asset to this team. Gets a hug from his teammate Valencia. There we see the tiaras. The dance team here at Nicky Rowe. We've got a little junior tiara there in the middle wearing the pink sweater.
I saw a bunch of little kids. You can see them right there in front of your screen. Future tiaras.
I guess that's how they do their recruiting.
That's it. Start them early. Of course, you can't do that in football because then it would be a UIL violation. Well, expect an onside kick here, Mark.
2:22 to go. Yeah, Rowe has used the onside kick liberally this season.
The Wildcats are expecting it. They have everybody, 10 players within 10 yards, expecting the outside kick.
Yeah, 7 of them at the 50-yard line and then 3 more behind that group. Only one man is back. Vargas is going to kick the ball here. Number 34. And it is an onside kick straight ahead. Ball still loose. And hard to tell who got it. And East comes up with the football. Ball recovered there by number 11, J.R. Villarreal. East initially had a little trouble with it, but able to finally get a hold of it. And they'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with a chance to try to run the clock out with 2:20 to play here in the game. Weslaco East is up 33-7. There we see Vargas walking off the sideline, taking off his helmet. He's a junior. He'll be back next year.
And we do have a new quarterback. Rivas finally gets a break.
And they do a wildcat formation here as they snap it directly to the running back, Tamez. Maybe they'll just be doing that for the rest of the game. Yeah, I don't see number 5 in there at all, their quarterback. And yeah, look, it's Tamez who's now running over. You can see him over there talking to the coach on the sideline, Coach Mike Burgett.
As a quarterback on the Weslaco East Wildcats, you better do your job because after every play you have to go up to the big man.
Yeah. I mentioned quarterback must be in better shape than any other player on the team because of all that extra running they do. And again, wildcat formation, snapping it directly to Tamez, running to the right side, and picks up a 1st down. New set of downs now for East with 1:34 to go.
Well,
East,
congratulations to the East Wildcats for making the playoffs. And good luck to them because they're going to have their hands full against the Harlingen Hawks. They have a 3-headed monster over there with quarterback Montemayor Jaden Taylor, the running back, an outstanding running back, one of the top 5 running backs in the Valley. And then you have Nick Garcia that goes both ways.
That is a strong team. Harlingen's always had strong teams, as Tamez out of the Wildcat once more runs up for about another 10 yards, and that'll put East over 300 yards in this game. 27 first downs for the Wildcats here tonight. It was an offensive show for them. Just steady football, steady dominating football they've had. They also had a defensive touchdown and generated 4 turnovers here tonight.
They have real good offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
And here they snap it to Angel Flores, and Angel Flores runs straight up the middle, headed for the end zone, and is pulled down from behind. And saving the touchdown there, Robert Ramirez. But Flores, a huge run all the way down inside the 5-yard line. There's 33 seconds left. They're down at the 2-yard line.
Angel Flores, just a junior. He'll be back next year. Is he quick or is he quick? Good credit to the, as you said, Robert Ramirez, saving tackle, saving a touchdown.
Now imagine down at the 2-yard line. Only clock is now running at 20 seconds. The play clock is at 11 seconds, so they do have to snap one more time. But I would imagine that they will simply take a knee here. You don't want to rub salt in the wound and give the team something to think about for next year, and that's exactly what Rivas does. They send Rivas back in there to take that snap and down it, and that'll be the game. So a good sportsmanship there exhibited by the East Wildcats, and you see Coach Mike Burgett and his Wildcats have improved to 7-3 this season and 6-2 in District 31 5A, and for the second straight year in the 5A ranks, they'll be headed to the playoffs. For Nicky Rowe, after making it last year, they will be home this year. They finished the season at 4-6, and we want to thank all the seniors for Nicky Rowe and wish them best of luck. 27 seniors from this team. You see the 2 head coaches on the left shaking hands, and good sportsmanship by both these teams. But our final score, Weslaco East 33, Nicky Rowe 7. Nicky Rowe's touchdown scored by Rios, the running back, and then touchdowns for Weslaco East from the quarterback Rivas, Cuellar, and Urbina had 2 touchdowns, and also a touchdown by Jesse Segura. So congratulations to the Weslaco East Wildcats, and we want to wish them, the Weslaco Panthers, the McAllen Bulldogs, and the Memorial Mustangs good luck in the state playoffs, and we'll have coverage for you here next week on November 15th as the McAllen Memorial Mustangs or McAllen Bulldogs play their playoff opponent. We'll have that for you here on Football Night at McAllen, so stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed it. For Mario Reyna and the rest of our MITV crew, I'm Mark May. Good night.